What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to episode 2 of Bear Witness. Today is just me. Honestly, I can just make myself a little bit bigger since it's just me. Actually, I like it like this. I want you guys to see the socials. If you haven't, subscribe, follow. Make sure you guys do that. All the socials are at the top. We've been growing tremendously. It's looking like this series is off to a great start. We're getting some traction on Bear Witness. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, stay tuned. I think the plan is just to release these every Monday. And if it's a Monday game, the next day. If it's a Thursday game, the next day. The Bear Witness episode should always come out the day after the game. So now let's get into it. And this episode might be a little bit shorter because obviously I don't have my co-host Max with me to just bounce off ideas. So it might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but it should be some good content still. Week 2 takeaways. So starting the game, I'm not gonna lie, I liked what I saw from Caleb, especially. Last week we kind of saw him try to do too much, try to improvise just a little bit, instead of just kind of quarterbacking the offense, just making throws. He was trying to extend plays. He took that 19-yard sack. I feel like this game he kind of came out with more poise, kind of had more of a plan. He got the ball out way quicker than what he was doing last week. Last week he kind of had a tendency to hold the ball a little bit. This week he came in, he was throwing the ball, he was getting out quickly. And then D'Amico saw that he realized the O line that we were going to get that he was going against, and just started sending blitzes. It seemed like he was sending a blitz every play. At first, I was texting my dad and my brother because we're all Bears fans, and I knew a problem was going to be establishing a run because our run blocking is terrible. Our blocking period is terrible. But at first, it seemed to look like our pass block was pretty okay. Like Caleb was getting out his first few throws, he was getting it out quickly. I think what did our first drive in a three and out? I don't think it did. I don't remember, but it looked like he was getting the ball out quickly. So I was like, all right, the pass blocking is gonna be okay. We tried to establish the run early. It got stuff. I was like, okay, run blocking is still not good, but it seems like the pass blocking is a little bit better from last week. As the game progresses, they're sending five. Sometimes they only send four, but mostly when they were blitzing, sending five. It came home every time. The blitz got home every time. It's like, can this O line not recognize a blitz? Can they not pick up on a blitz? So they got 36 pressures. They got 36 pressures. And Caleb only threw the ball 37 times. So out of 37 attempts, Caleb Williams was pressured on 36 of those. The O line needs to be addressed. The only person now, it was this big deal of should we have gotten Jalen Carter or Darnell Wright? Obviously, the right move was getting Darnell Wright because he's the only one who shows up every Sunday blocking for us. That's the only one. He's the only one blocking for us. The defense is fine. The defense is cool. We were in a shootout with one of the best teams in the NFL, soon to be top 5 quarterback. CJ was lighting us up, but again, it's CJ Stroud. Nico had a great game, but let me talk about our offense and let me talk about Caleb. The thing that I saw was progression. It seemed that he was understanding that some things that I could do at USC, I can't do here. Now he had 2 picks that wasn't the first pick I wasn't mad at it. Third and long, you throw it up to DJ Moore. Of course, it was a little bit underthrown, but it's a jump ball with DJ. 9 times out of 10, I feel like DJ's gonna grab that ball. Again, it was underthrown. It could have been a better pass. If it was a better pass, DJ probably catches it. Doesn't have to turn around and adjust and jump for it. Um, Second pass, I feel like CJ kind of was trying to make up for it all at once. But again, he's getting pressured. I mean, if you give him some sort of, I'm not asking you to give him a pocket like the Saints are giving Derek Carr. Like obviously, like they're their pass block has been crazy elite. But just give him some type of time. And then on the blitzes, our receivers aren't getting open, and that's just what it is. I mean, our receivers need to get open. I feel like it was the game plan coming into this game was a little bit better. We had that little zig route to DJ when they were blitzing, when they had him manned up, and he fried whoever was guarding him. I don't remember who was guarding him, but he fried him. Again, just setting up the check. I loved what I saw. Caleb, I feel like Caleb was looking more for deep passes last week when he had check downs in his face. He started hitting the check downs. So I'm cool. I had this week chalked up as a loss. We lost. But we were in striking distance. We had a chance to win the game on the closing drive, and it just didn't happen. But our O line needs to be better. And I feel like, as I talked about last week, it was hard to do episodes of Bear Witness last season because it was the same stuff. I was repeating the same things. Why isn't Justin Fields progressing? This O line isn't good. The difference between this season and last season is we have a quarterback who looks like he's going to progress. I think Caleb Williams, and you could call me biased or whatever. I think Caleb Williams has a chance to be a superstar of this league. I feel like Caleb Williams has top 5 quarterback potential. I mean, he's a generational quarterback prospect. But the thing that remains the same, that shouldn't remain the same, is why is our O-line so weak? And that's the fact of the matter. We're gonna keep talking about this. 36 pressures. 36 pressures. Now, if you watched last week, I said this O-line is garbage. It's gonna be hard to establish the run, but we need to. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to establish the run, but we need to. And Danielle Hunter is going to eat. Danielle, let me bring up the stat. Let me bring up the stat. I should have been more prepared. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson combined for 17 pressures. 17 pressures out of the 36. Danielle was killing us. Danielle and Will Anderson were killing us the whole game. Now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Let's look at how CJ performed. I felt like I want to say this mildly. I felt like our pass rush was pretty decent because we were literally forcing Caleb outside. Caleb had to scramble and got outside, but every time he got outside, he killed us, and that was a problem. I don't know if we just couldn't put a contain out there. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it seemed like he was able to get outside every single time. Let me pull up CJ Stroud's stats. My bad. I should have been a little bit more prepared. 260 yards. Let me pull this up. All right, so Caleb had 23 for 37, 174 yards, 2 interceptions. I still think that that's an upgrade from last week. If he just continues to get better, I'm a happy man. Again, chalk this game up as an L. We lost, cool, but we lost against a great team, and we were in striking distance. We fought, we competed. I love to see that we're competing against one of the best teams in the NFL. That makes me happy. CJ, 23 for 36, 260 yards, 1 TD. On the ground, I thought it was gonna be a little bit tougher to stop, but it wasn't that tough. I think if I remember correctly, Mixon got hurt. Mixon got hurt in this game, and then they kind of went to Cam Akers, which Cam Akers is still a good back, but Nico killed us. And I hate that he killed us because I have him on my fantasy team. And him and Fryer Baron, whatever his name is, Fair Baron, they won me my week, low key. Because today I'm just gonna go crazy. They won me my week. But defensively, I think we did a pretty good job. We limited this offense to 19 points. I feel like we got some good pressures. It would have been crazy to just open up the game with a pick. I feel like we forced CJ into some pretty tough spots, but he was able to just extend plays, get outside the pocket, make some throws. I mean, if he has to do it, do it. If that's what he had to do, that's what we had to do. But I feel like on the defensive side of the ball, we did pretty good. I can't complain about that. Should I move into keys to a win for next week? I think we should. I think we should. So next week we go against the Colts. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the Colts just lost to the Packers without Jordan Love. Um, their defense didn't seem that great to me. When I was watching this game, I said, this is something that we can pick up on. And then I remember we don't have a run game. The reason why the Packers won is because they killed the Colts with their run. But we don't have that because we have no O-line to block. It was so easy for Malik because he had Josh Jacobs who could just run the ball, go crazy. I think he had like 130 something in the first half. They had 237 on the ground, and it was something crazy like that. But everything was easy for him. I mean, that's what you do when you have your backup quarterback. You don't want to put too much on him. You just take your check downs, throw screens, just little small design plays. Where you're just dependent on other people. You're just really you're managing the game to the fullest extent. Like you're not taking any shots. I mean, later in the game, as Malik got comfortable, he was taking some more shots down the field. I'd like to believe that Caleb is a way better quarterback than Malik Willis, but the thing is, we won't have that run game to rely on. That's why everything opened up because we don't have that run game. Now, oh my bad, I should just switch it to keys to win. The thing that is going to separate us in that game is our defense. The Packers defense was able to rattle Anthony Richardson the whole game. I mean, obviously he led a drive at the end off his legs really, but throwing the ball he wasn't good. So our defense we have some hounds. Our secondary is very good. Our linebackers are good. I mean, Jonathan Taylor was going crazy. I don't know why they didn't use Jonathan Taylor more because he was killing the Packers. So our run defense, I don't know how to feel about it. It was better this week than it was last week. So if we can stop JT, our our secondary performance, we match up. We win that matchup. Defensively, we win that matchup. I'm not confident in Anthony Richardson yet. I mean, he has some moments against the Texans, the team that we lost to. He has some moments. But I'm just not confident in him yet. Obviously, he has a great arm. Sometimes he can show great accuracy, but sometimes he can't. So I'm not really worried about him. This is low-key an extension of his rookie year. So to be honest, if we ever match up against the Colts, it's gonna take maybe later on in the season when they get comfortable, when he gets more comfortable, then I'll be a little bit more scared. But I really think that we come out with a win this game. The keys is to please establish a running game. I know it's going to be very, very hard to do so because we have no run blockers. But I promise if we establish a run game, that's how we will win. Because that's exactly what the Packers did. There's no threat at the QB position. There's no threat. Caleb Williams is better than Malik Willis. We have DJ Moore. Keenan Allen should be back. I don't know if he will, but Keenan Allen should be back. Rome, we have Rome. We have Carter. Carter is somebody who I really like, actually. Carter, I love Carter. In special teams, as a returner, he's amazing. He was going crazy early. How many yards did Carter have? Let me look up. Because I love Carter. I don't understand why we don't use. Let me address the play calling too. All right, 3 for 32. It wasn't that crazy, but let me address the play calling. I don't understand why we don't use Cole in like more receiving positions. I mean, when he's out there, it seems like all he's doing is blocking. I know he was with Everett was with Waldron last year, but I'd like to think Cole Kmet is a better tight end at receiving than Gerald Everett. Can we put him on some corners or something like? Can we throw some routes out there for him. I don't know how tight end screens are going to work. I don't know how screens every other play is going to work. I feel like the play calling could have been a little bit better, but again, I could be nitpicking. It was really the offensive. If the offensive line would have showed up maybe just a little bit, then we could have won that game. I would also like to see Cole Kmet get involved in the offense. I mean, it was preseason, but we saw that dart against the Bills. It looked like it was some type of synergy, some type of chemistry between Caleb and Cole. So why not? Why not try to get Cole some opportunities to catch the ball? But yeah, keys to the win is establish a run and stop Jonathan Taylor. I think everything else falls into place. I know that's kind of hard. It's easier said than done when you say stop Jonathan Taylor, but it is what it is. I could go. Bear of the week is pretty hard because I feel like you're gonna say the same people, but honestly, I don't have a bear of the week this week. We don't have a bear of the week. It's kind of hard to do that when you lose. Actually, it should be easier, but to be honest, I could just say sweetness every week. So we might scratch bear of the week. Honestly, that's kind of a pointless topic. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Offensive line needs to be better. Now we're 1-1 on the season. I like how Caleb is developing. It seems like stuff is slowing down for him a little bit. Again, there's gonna be some growing pains. There's gonna be some throws where you're like, why did you throw that? And honestly, I don't really feel like there was too many moments of that. The second pick was probably the worst pick out of them all. But then again, he's a rookie. He had a chance to come down and drive down the field. Pressure got to him every single time. The blitz is what ruined us. But I mean, what can you say? This is a young team. We just got to be better next week. We got to pick up our second win next week against a lesser team than the Texans. I feel like it should be a little bit more easier, and I feel like we can do it. Score prediction for that game, I think it'll probably be a little bit more low scoring. Like it'll probably be around the range of what this game was. I'm gonna go 24-10 Bears. 24-10 Bears. If you guys enjoyed this little episode, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you like. Again, we're bringing this content every week. We have some Bears fans on our podcast lineup, so Bear Witness should be a staple of this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys turn on the post notifications so you can stay up on our posts when we drop. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. I'm out.